This video is made possible by the following cuties. You can check out the gear they provide for me in the description below. Hey guys, I've forgotten how much I enjoyed driving this sim boy here, and welcome back to Automobilista for another video. So in today's video, I'm just going to have a little bit of fun. I think, why the hell not? I'm going to be driving one of my favourite mods that's ever come out for any sim, and that is the Car Extreme mod. So despite this being one of my favourite mods and having driven it a lot, I don't really know much about kart from the late 90s, but I do know the cars are just absolutely awesome to drive, and that's for a couple of reasons really. First of all, we have a turbocharged V8 3.4 litre motor behind the driver's head, and that produces around 900 brake horsepower, and it's old school turbo, so all the boost comes right at the top, so there's nothing, and then you spear off the track at 150 mile an hour. It's fantastic, I love it. And being an open wheeler, they are light, weighing in under 800 kilos, meaning that at the time these things would probably give an F1 car a run for their money in a straight line. But unlike F1, the downforce isn't quite as intense, so these cars move around a lot when you're driving them, and they are a proper driver's car. No traction control, no ABS, none of that. It really is just you and the machine versus a circuit, which brings me on very nicely to our circuit, which is a track I don't think kart or IndyCar ever went to at any point. This is Road Atlanta. I drove this recently in the Petit Le Mans race, and I kind of realized that I don't drive this circuit enough either, so I thought let's just get these two really awesome things and smash them together and see what happens. So 10 lap race against the AI in one of my favorite mods on an awesome circuit. How can this not be fun? Okay then, so here we are at Road Atlanta, doing something that they don't do in real life, which is a standing start. What could possibly go wrong? Let's find out, I guess. There are the lights, and we'll try and get the car pulled away. Wait for the turbo. There it is! Okay. Anyway, 10 laps at Road Atlanta. Let's go. Down the T1 for the first time. Let's see how the AI get through here, if they get through here. Nice and clean so far. That's what I like to see, boys. These guys are quite aggressive sometimes. You see many a flying wing if you aren't careful. And so far they've been very nice and gentlemanly. Very good, boys. Very good. Anyway, I shouldn't be talking to any. Try and pass them instead. So coming down the S's for the first time. Not really anywhere I can go here, apart from sneaking up the inside, maybe. No, can't quite do that. Listen to the glorious suck of the Toyota engine behind our head. Go, turbo, go! So down to the double right for the first time with a car on my right. Gonna try and go around the outside there. Nice, that's one place made. Can we sneak up the inside here? No, AI's gonna close the door. Gonna use first gear here and try and just really just try to get as much power out there as possible. It didn't quite work out. Got wheel spin and set as expected. Now we're going down the back straight. Look at the speedo in the draft. 300 k's there, easy, nearly 20 mile an hour with cold tyres and cold brakes. Approaching the biggest braking zone of the circuit. Just about slowed the thing down. Locked up the left front wheel there, but got round. Made up a few places as well. Easy over the bump. There's a car on my outside. A little bit of wheel contact there. I'm going to give them the space. That's just about one lap down. Just about. And T1 at the first time at racing speed. And so far, the AI have been very kind to each other. Usually there's lots of crashes by this point, so I'm very happy to bring you a race where the AI have been calm and lovely. I'm really focusing on my right foot right now, just being nice and soft on the application of power out of corners like this. It's so easy to get the car sideways, third gear out of there. Even then, you can see the car on the curbs, a bit of a wiggle. That's what I love about this mod. The cars just move around so much. There's such life to them. It really feels very dynamic, and it's kind of hard to get that in a sim, and given that this is a mod, of course, it's very, very impressive. So I'm hoping to have enough fuel for this race. I'll put a bit more fuel in because these cars do the big sip. I've also opened the radiator up a little bit more because these cars are also very easy to make go pop. Especially with that little crest coming down the hill. Very easy to build the revs over there. Just for a second, hit the limiter, and the car goes, actually no, I want to fire my pistons at the moon. We don't really want them to do that. There you go, over there, so I'm a bit easy over there. And also, that crest is actually a jump in this version of the track, so this car doesn't like that too much. Again, T1, this time proper racing speed. Back on the power very early, then the downforce do the work. And don't get me wrong, I love Road Atlanta in a GT car, it's a lot of fun. But this track, with a car like this, with this sort of downforce, is just incredible. Look at the S's. You're so fast through there. Lucky I can use all the curb on the setup, which is nice. I like me some curb. Starting to get onto the back of the guys in front now, and really, my best place to overtake is coming down the straight into the braking zone at the bottom of the hill, so I need to Make sure I'm as close as I can be coming out of there. There's a bit of wheel spin there, just a tiny bit. And I think in second gear, there's a little bit of lag before the power comes on, a little bit of lag. We're just outside the ideal rev range there, and first gear's a bit too short, so it's a bit tricky around there really for us. Going to try and stay as close to the guy in front. He's got the umbrella toe. Look up the inside, there's not really any room there. Had to back out of that and take a ride over the sausages, which usually you have to pay for. Maybe you know what I'm saying. Yeah, no floor damage, that's a lucky thing. So another lap down. We haven't really gained as many paces as I would have liked. Oh, bit of an instant up ahead. A little bit of argy-bargy coming through T1. You're right there, Murray. And over the, you can really throw it over the curves here, but I need some clean air. The dirty air is really affecting me coming downhill here. I love that I have to blip the throttle on the way down as well. It's a power shift, so you can keep your foot down on the way up, but you have to blip on the way down. Otherwise, the rear wheel speed has to catch up, and you get a little bit of a judder from the rear, and that can cause a spin, especially in a car like this, when you're trying to carry as much speed into a corner as possible. I wish I could be using my sequential stick shift for it, but unfortunately it's not really working. I'm having to rely on the paddles now. Anyway, eyes back on the circuit. I think I should have him here. I go to the inside. Nice and easy this one. On the dirty stuff there, but we should be good. Lay it on the brakes. Slot in front. Thank you very much. Place gain. That's how you want to do it. A couple of guys going side by side in front. That's good for us. Slows the guy on the left down. Easy over the crest. Now he's going to be right on my left hand side there. Car on your left. Clear. Not really a way to go through there. I'm going to try and yeet it up inside the T1, but you can see I'm under attack as well from a car behind, so I'm going to be so careful where I place my car, otherwise he'll slip through it almost like that. Got the entry there over the T3 wrong, and he was almost there to capitalise. Laps go by so quickly around here. On your own you're doing 107s, 106s, but in traffic that's about 3 or 4 seconds slower a lap. Everyone's just trying to find their way around each other and not really succeeding. Understeering a lot into that first right-hander. Going to try first out of here this time. With the power a bit earlier. There you go, that's nice. I just have to be easier with my right foot. And now right on the gearbox of the guy in front. Going to touch your bum. Oh, come on, see you later, mate. Try and pull out more innuendo coming up. Let's try and get the suck off the guy in front. I'm enjoying this too much. There you go, nice. You can just about outbrake them down there. You've got to be smooth though and take the line. This thing doesn't have infinite braking power, infinite downforce like the F1 cars today feel like they have. There's definitely a limit, a hard limit. And if you touch it, you get a slap. Alright, well I said this car doesn't bite, it will rip your arm off. It's a bit different. So you've got to be really on it, especially in these slower speed sections. Especially when you're looking at the power as well, you're just about coming onto the boost. Because it will just go whoop, and around you go. Try and carry some more momentum through here. There's a bit of a train up ahead. I'm a bit wide there on exit as well. That's not going to help. There's a big train up ahead. The cars are going 3 wide in front. There could be a damaged car up ahead. That's quite likely sometimes. You get a bit of a train when someone loses a nose cone. Once I get a little bit of a biff from behind. Dude, we can't go through this corner. Oh my word. I got onto the marbles there, I think, while accelerating, and the car just was not interested. Oh! Into the back of the car in front, and somehow I keep my wing. I'm not going to complain, and I'm going to just try and get by his AI stacking up behind each other as quick as I can. Another wing goes flying off into the undergrowth there on the right. I can see a car in front without a rear wing as well, so it's really getting quite intense now as we get into the race. Coming on to lap 7, there's a guy's 2x2 in front. I've got the run coming out of the corner, but nowhere to go with it. I have to just, again, wait, get back into line, try and hope that the guy behind doesn't put a move on me. That's pretty much this entire race so far. I just watch that AI are mental around it. I love it. Just that level of aggressive that makes you really have to be careful when racing them, you know? I mean, there's a couple of wings going here and there, but whatever, we can look past that. Car seems to be okay so far. Not noticed any temperatures going too far north, which is the important thing. If anything, the car's a bit cool, but I just wanted to be safe than sorry. Damn it, caught in second gear there, not first. See the difference in acceleration there, just being in the wrong gear. Going to pull over to the guy on the right, he's slightly closer so we can get his draft. Stay with him. Do I want to be scary down here? Nowhere to go. nowhere to go. I say that and still nearly run into the back of the guy in front. Only on this channel do you see such stupid moves. Over the crest. Let's pull onto the line there and not give that guy anywhere to go. These guys are still side by side, my word. And finally one of them yields. I'm going to have to take that away from you, mate. No, not quite enough room there. I was going to try and go around the outside. Another bit from behind. Please say I've still got my rear wing. I'm going to find out in a minute. Turns this right-handed. If it turns, I've got it. I've got it. Nice. I do think I've got... I think my suspension's busted. Oh, there's a big pile-up in front. Big pile-up. Try and avoid it. I run into the back of one of them. And the car is now broken. Come on, we can survive. Oh my, this is very broken. We've got to try and now get to the end of the race. With this car as it is, this is going to be an absolute challenge. Only a couple of laps left though. Come on. Limp to the line. Now we're getting the authentic AI experience here in AMS. As you can see, my wheel is entirely straight. This is normal. I just love the idea of having the car being this broken and doing nearly 200 miles an hour down the bottom here. Let's see how she brakes. Not too bad. Turn the car in. Really got to yeet it to the right to get it to turn. Come on, I can stay with these guys. Just got to be aggressive with the wheel and it will turn. So on to the penultimate lap now. If I can just keep this thing straight and true, you might end up in a good place. Oh my word, right on the edge of what the car feels like it's capable of right now. It's moving around a lot in weird ways. I don't like it. We're still going just about. Oh, nearly had a monumental crash there. Just bits of wing remaining and debris from the crash on the last lap. There's a tyre there. There's tyres, wheels all over the shop. My word. That was definitely a murder the last lap, definitely. Come on. I kind of like this. Usually I would restart the race if this happened, because I like getting to the race and having the full experience, having a quick car to the end. But this is kind of a nice alternative of trying to drag this car home after a crash that wasn't our fault. Still got the speed in the straight line, though, down a little bit. But it's still mostly there. And we aren't too far behind the guys in front. It's just those right-handers now. Car's not too quick for the rights. Unfortunately for us, this is a clockwise circuit, so... Okay, one more lap to go. Come on, car. So gear low and I want to be really, just to try and carry as much speed as possible. Using the turbo to its biggest effect, really throwing the thing over curves, and there you go. Starting to get a little bit leery in me now, starting to heat up those rear tyres. Jimmy! Trying to drive it as if it wasn't broken, but it is broken. Now I've got a car behind. Can I keep him there? Only a couple more corners, there's slow cars up ahead as well, so that might be a bit of a saviour for us. Seeing more wheels off the side of the circuit there, and I'm having to really pussy through this last part of the course. He's going to have the draft coming down to the hairpin though. It's going to be close. Come on! Breathe harder! I don't think he's got the run. I think we're good. If I can just slow it down. It's very close now. Turning nice and early for the right. There you go, got it done. I think we're going to make it. Yes! We kept the place. I have no idea how. And we come home in our very busted kart car. My word. And I'm just reminded of how great this mod is. So AI are a bit aggressive, but hey, it's a mod track, a mod car, and you can still have great races, I think. For me, this mod alone is enough for AMS, especially with how cheap it is nowadays. So if you're interested in it, I'll put a link down below in the description, as well as the link for the track pack I use for this as well. And as always, guys, oh, there's a road there somewhere. As always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button. If you really enjoyed it, hit subscribe and the bell notification icon, because that way you'll be made notified of future streams and future videos. Shall we see where I finished before I end off? Well, we finished in P14, so basically bang in the middle of the field. So not great, not bad, but oh well, we survived. That's the main thing. As always, a massive thank you to my patrons and sponsors. Thank you for all your support. Take care, have an awesome day. See you all next time.